Who gave him a microphone?
I took it.
I love it.
I did.
Are you getting everybody in the mood? Is everybody in the mood? You friggin' better be. Does everybody know the ground rules? Have you been telling people ground rules?
I do. You can repeat it, though. I tell them every time.
Is there flash photography allowed at the panel? So smart. Is there video allowed at the panel? Is there fun allowed at this panel? No. You gonna stay seated? We're gonna usher you out. Blah blah blah. Guess what a sold-out panel like this just raised to change the lives of the world? How much? That was a lot of different numbers. I don't know. $5,000. $5,000. You are awesome. We are awesome. So yeah, we're in a baseball stadium. I'm kind of vamping a little bit because I'm press, people in interviews. Anybody want to ask me a question while I'm here? You're awesome. Oh, I love you. You're awesome too. Thanks for wearing a Nerd Machine shirt, by the way. Huh? I'm not singing any songs. I am conserving my voice. First date is going fantastically, thank you. I love Broadway. I'm so excited to be on a Broadway stage. It's a dream come true. I hope everybody gets a chance to see it. It's First Date. We open August 8th. We're in previews right now. We're at the Longacre Theater on 48th Street. What else can I say? Yeah, come, please. What's that? Chuck movie. Gonna wait a couple of years. I'm working on it. For everybody, by the way, just so you guys know, the only money we make all weekend at Nerd Machine is the merch that we sell. So if you guys believe in us and buy our merch, it means so much to me. So thank you for everybody who does. Thank you for everybody who does. Yeah. Oh, you have a question right there. Yeah. You have a microphone as well. You are empowered.
You can hear me all the way from there. It projects, but...
Use that mic. It's for the people watching at home.
Okay. If I drop $60, can I take a picture with you and Richard? Because it's for charity. It's for charity.
Yeah, don't guilt trip me, okay?
Someone has to.
I'm gonna think about it.
I think your answer is yes.
I'll think about it. What, $240 you mean? For $240? Whoa.
Whoa, I was the one who asked first. Priority.
I didn't say stop. Anybody want to donate more money? 300? You know what? I will absolutely do this. Whoever spends the most money, and I'm only doing one. I know you started this, and I love you. But by the way, look, you were just a part of something really precious. You just started a bidding war. Own it. What's your name? What's your name?
Megan. That's not how I wanted this to end.
Megan. I love you. Megan. Tranquilo. Here's the thing. What's your last name, Megan?
Man.
Megan Man.
Like Mega Man, you know?
Like Mega Man. Never heard of it.
Never, ever. Never heard it myself. Never.
Megan Man, the world, Megan Man.
Hey.
You just got your 15 minutes, and you are a part of just starting a bidding war right now. So if you don't get a picture, I still love you, and the world thanks you. So thank you, Megan. It depends how deep your pockets be, girl. Okay, I'm about to raise a bunch of money. You can just calm down. Oh, yes, what? Yes. Oh, no, we're not doing, sorry. Keep that microphone in your hand, because you'll get, what? Yeah, we were at 260, I think. 300? 300? Oh, I've already got a 300 here. 325? 350. Well, but see, we're already at 325. You want to go ahead and 325? I appreciate that she might have said 300 first, but we're beyond that. We're past 300. What? 400? 2 smiles?
We got 500, 500, 500, 500, 500 going. We got 400, we got 500. 500 is for a good cause.
No, hold on a second. I got 480, right? 2 smiles, but somebody said 500 over here?
No, I'm trying to get 500.
So I got 480.
525.
500?
A picture with Zach Levi.
500?
525? 525. Really? No 525?
Sell it? What's everybody saying over there?
Oh, and yeah, Zach. Well,
oh, it's a picture with both of us. I mean, $500 is a lot of money.
We worry about Zach. So 480 right now?
No, we're at 500 right here.
500, 525, 550, 525.
500 going once, twice, sold. I love you.
Woo!
You two are my favorite people in the world. You've been coming to Nerd HQ every year. You're here all the time. Give it up for these guys. Come on. $500. All right, so at the end, or maybe at the end of the panel with everybody watching, you're going to get up here and we're going to take a picture. All right, I'm going to stop talking.
Can
what?
I ask a very quick question?
Sure.
all the way from
Where is this
Belfast.
disjointed voice? Where are you?
Here I am.
yes,
Like,
yes.
Hi, I was here last year. Thanks for the kiss.
You're so welcome.
I still haven't washed my face.
That. All right.
Yeah. Also, if you're ever in Northern Ireland and you want to do the Game of Thrones like thing, just give me a call. I'll take you around in the car. It's no problem.
Done and done. All right.
Okay, can I just...
Yeah, hit
One
me.
question I just wanted to ask.
Yeah.
That's Operation Smile. It's
Yeah.
obviously very close to my heart or my face, whatever, because I have a cleft palate.
Were you born
myself.
with a cleft palate?
Yeah, I was, yeah.
Okay.
So basically, I wanted to know why you chose that as a charity. I'm not aware of
The long and the short of it is, I felt like God said, this is what you're supposed to do. It was 1 week of just getting inundated with the imaging and the messaging of it, and I thought about it and I prayed about it a lot, and I was like, I'm supposed to go and partner with them. I'm supposed to go help people, and because I think we all should. So if you find something, or if you go work with Operation Smile, whatever
That's why I'm a nurse.
Oh,
Like
that's awesome.
Yeah, so
if you
so-
can,
so-
contact them, and maybe you can go on one of the missions and donate your help,
Oh,
because they're
wow.
always looking for
Yeah?
nurses and surgeons.
All
Yes.
right.
Sorry. I know.
Thank you so much.
I don't
Thank
at all.
you. Thanks.
You're so welcome. All right. Well, Richard Madden, everyone.
Hello there.
I mean, you're gonna make me cry. I wasn't even on the show. Gee, isn't he handsome? He's so handsome.
Thank you for all coming here. This is a bit mad.
Isn't this a lovely crowd, by the way?
What an amazing crowd.
Really
You
lovely.
just do an auction.
We did. Oh yeah.
I was just like,
She just spent $500. We're gonna take a picture with her at the end.
I'm standing at the door. I'm like, what have I signed up for? Am I the next lot? What am I doing here?
Don't worry, we use protection. So come on, who are you going? You must have burning. I love that everyone is like, you'd rather be taking a picture than looking with your own eyes. You're all looking at a screen. Give me a break. Yes. Do you have a microphone? Well, make sure you get a microphone, and we'll come back to you when you do. Who's got a mic? Oh, passing that one down. Passing it down.
Hello.
Oh yes, right there.
Hi, Richard.
Hi.
I spent my time in Belfast getting my master's degree with my friend Casey, who can't be here and really would love it if you said hello.
Hi, Casey.
I'm wondering, what was the most surprising thing about Belfast, and what will you miss the most? And you can't say the rain because you're Scottish.
That wasn't surprising at all. I was used to that. The most surprising thing, I suppose, is how hard people can drink. I mean, I'm from Scotland and people can drink. And in Belfast, it's like they have hollow legs. They really do.
What will you miss the most? Was that a second part of that
Yeah,
question?
what will you miss the most?
The drinking.
You sir, yes, you right there.
Yes. After reading the third book and also finishing the third season, how do you feel? What do you feel is the main flaw of Robb Stark in your eyes?
Sometimes he thinks with the wrong part of his body.
Who's next? You're
Over here.
right over there.
How's it going? Stillings, get the camera ready. Where are you? Thank you, sir. Richie, good to see you. So I have a.
Get the camera ready? What the hell is about to happen?
I'll get you later, dude.
Ninjas!
So this Wednesday was my third wedding anniversary, and I missed it with my wife to be here. So I know. Listen, I already got George
There are
Martin.
literally people applauding that decision.
I just split.
You must be single. No. Oh, married. Also married. Your wives must love you. Continue.
So basically, I already made up for it. Took her to a steakhouse dinner. Got her George Martin signature salt scrub. Could I please get a happy anniversary Lolo from you, from the King of the North?
Happy anniversary, Lola, from the King of the North.
Awesome. Thank you guys very much.
Who's next? Right here on the left, in the red.
Hi, I'm Tina from Singapore. I flew all the way from Singapore to here.
Amazing. Thanks for coming.
I'd like to say that there are a lot of Singapore fans for Game of Thrones, and they do watch the series really, really religiously.
Wow.
Okay, my question is, if Robb Stark were to come back to life, who would he haunt first?
Wait, hang on a second. Robb Stark is dead?
Spoiler!
Who would he haunt? I mean, it would have to be Joffrey, just because we all hate him. But in my head, I was just going to say Jon Snow, because I'd like to just come and annoy Kit for a while.
Who's next? Who we got? Right there, right in the back.
Oh, hey.
Hi, Megan, man.
Hi, how you doing?
By the way, Meg, you thank Megan, because she's the one who got this lady
to raise the $500.
You did.
Nice
You did.
work.
It's my fault. I'm still holding out hope, guys, though. So
All right.
I'm dropping the money. Just
Question
saying.
is.
Okay, do you find it a demotion or a promotion to go from the King of the North to Prince Charming?
Oh. Well, I don't know.
By the way, congratulations on playing Prince Charming.
Well, it's not a promotion, is it? I'm going down to being a prince, and. But
Well, you'll still rise to be a king.
yeah, exactly. See, I've got my whole life ahead of me on that. You know, in Thrones, I was definitely killed. You know what I mean? So I should be king one day on that, and it'll all be the same.
Who's next? Right here. Stand up. Yeah, if you're being told to stand up, you go ahead and just pop right up. You got a microphone? You do not have a microphone? Let's go over here. Right here, right here. Yes, you. Yes, hi.
Hey.
Were you more upset to see your mother, your wife and son, or your direwolf to die? Or yourself?
Happy days.
It's gonna have to be my wife, isn't it? I mean, just maybe my unborn child. That's the one that really got me. I'm gonna cry now. Don't do this.
Sorry.
By the way, I texted Richard after I had seen that episode that and maybe you're with me. I'm assuming you are. I was messed up for like a week. I couldn't. I went to work the next day, and there's some people who are fans of the show, but they hadn't seen the episode yet. And I was like, and they're like, no, does it go? You have nobody you can talk to because you need spoiler alerts and all that stuff. But my mind was so jacked up because we loved you guys so much. We loved your characters so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
And you were our heroes. And they don't go kill the bad guys. No, go kill all the good ones. That's great.
It's about a week ago, I did the audio commentary for any of you guys that watched the Blu-rays and listened to the audio commentaries on the DVDs and stuff. And I did it last week with myself and David Nutter and Michelle Fairley on episode 9. And Michelle hadn't seen the episode yet. And it was the three of us, and I was in London, and David was in LA, and Michelle was in Toronto, so we're not even together. And by the end of it, it's just sobbing noises. The three of us we're all just crying our eyes out watching the Red Wedding. It's the most, for us, it's, the most moving thing, just because we were such great friends and stuff, and, the characters are built into us for like 5 years. But yeah, it was really upsetting for us as much as the people who had read the books and watched the show. I mean, even more so. But if you get a chance to listen to that commentary, have some tissues ready, because it's going to kill you.
Literally. Who's next? If you have a mic, stand up. There you go, right there. Boom.
Question on the topic of the Red Wedding. Prior to signing your part, did you read the novels and were you aware of the Red Wedding or were you told?
I was stupid enough to start speaking to people about it, in which everyone instantly goes, "Oh my God, you know how you die?" And then mistake number 2 was to go, "Oh, I'll just have a Google of that then." And that's even worse. I mean, if you Google the images of that, there's like 1,000 terrible, horrific images of it. So before I even got to that stage in the books, I knew how I was going to go, and I had to kind of a lot of don't tell me, but I knew it was going to be bad. I didn't know how bad until I actually read the novel, and I was like, yeah, this is killing me. You know, my dad read it, and he obviously sees me when he reads Robb, and he put the book down for a month and couldn't pick it up. So, yeah. I read it eventually, and that was enough.
Who's got a mic? Stand up. Yep.
Hi. First of all, I went to the University of Edinburgh for my master's, and I love all things Scottish. So thank you for being Scottish and being successful.
You thank my mum and dad.
Great. Second thing, my sister, after seeing the Red Wedding, had to text me and call me to reassure her that it was not actually real life because she had never been so heartbroken. So I can show her this video now and show her that you're still alive.
I
My
am
question,
definitely still alive.
I'm going to get to, I promise. What does Winter is Coming mean to you, and how do you think it informs the character of Robb?
I'm sorry, I just have really inappropriate things in my head. To be honest, yeah, it means, for Robb, it's just that, I can't take this seriously now. It's just that, you know, things are going to get terrible, and Robb never grew up with a winter, so he has no idea what's coming, but it's just been drilled into him this whole time of this overwhelming thing that you don't understand that's going to happen, and it's going to be awful. So that's kind of what it means for him. It just means prepare more than you ever could. And, you know, Robb and all the Starks, and everyone knows what the scale of the wall is, and that's something that is unimaginable. And you go, right, something must be really bad over the other side of that if they built it. And winter is coming means, you know, hide.
Who's next? Right over. I'm going to do the one in the back, and then I'll do you. Is that all right? Okay, great. Thank you.
Hello. Hi, I'm Courtney.
Hi.
I just wanted to know, since unfortunately you're out of it now, who you want to win the Iron Throne, who you're rooting for.
To be honest, I want a combination of Jon Snow and Daenerys on the Iron Throne.
I take it you agree. What? Who's the dissenting voice? Who would you want on the throne? Stannis.
Stannis.
Okay. Everybody. Okay. Calm down. Yes, you have a question.
Yes. On Walking Dead, when someone dies, they do a whole cast out. You know, like everyone goes out. They have a ritual. Do you guys do that on Game of Thrones? Do you all well, not celebrate, but so long. But do something to say goodbye and kind of spend your last day together?
To be honest, the Game of Thrones cast as a whole go out every night like it's the end of the world. So.
And over here? Where? Right there. Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
So I love Game of Thrones, but I also love sirens. So I'm just wondering, if there had been a second season, where would you imagine Ashley to have gone?
I don't know. I imagine he might have ended up in a relationship. I think that's where he should have went to. I mean, I love doing that show. It was a really interesting show to do, and I had so much fun with those guys, and we improvised so much of it, and literally, you know, wasted so much time filming, just laughing all day. And they're making it here now, aren't they? It's just been commissioned over here and cast, I think, as well. But I think he would have ended up in a relationship and something more serious, and maybe other people would have come in and it would have gone in a different direction, a darker place. I always wanted it to go into kind of more of a dark humor place and be a bit more best up. So I think that's what would have happened.
And who's next? Right over here. Yep.
Hi, Richard.
Hi.
I love you. So basically, I was gonna talk about sirens as well. But what's the craziest thing that you've done to prepare for a role?
Sirens was actually something that was pretty crazy. I went out for a shift with an ambulance crew for 14 hours one night on a Friday night in Leeds in England, and it was really quite overwhelming. I had to go, and there was this horrible moment where we turned up at this woman's house. There's the dead body here, so we went, and we got there, and there was this woman lying there dead. I'm bringing the tone of this down so heavily. It comes back. So we go in and we have this massive dead body there, and it was horrific, and there's all these cats running around, and I was like, oh, this is tragic. And then the police showed up, and they came in, and I'm kind of sitting in the corner going, this is really weird. And the ambulance man's on one side of the body, and the policeman comes in, and he's like, Billy, hey, I've not seen you since that pile up on the A9. How's it going? And they have this like joking conversation over the dead body, and I was like, I just should not, this is not happening. Meanwhile, the relative is standing in the corner crying as they're having a laugh. I was like, this is all wrong. So that was a pretty intense evening out just for a role, but I learned a lot.
Yes, right there.
Hi. My question was the scene where you beheaded Stark was probably the angriest we've seen you in the series, I'd say.
Yeah.
I'm just curious what you did to prepare for that scene, what you channeled to do it.
I was furious because I was so cold under those rain machines. That was a really tough scene for me, actually, because that's one of the ones where Robb's doing something that he really, really doesn't want to do. And that was hard as well because me and John were friends, and there wasn't a lot of, Robb's by himself that whole scene. And even though I'm standing with my family, it was a really odd atmosphere that day, and none of the other guys have lines, so we all kind of stood there under these massively heavy rain machines, and I'm standing there just practicing cutting off someone's head for like an hour in the rain and going, this is just miserable. I don't want to be here doing this. And I didn't want to be there in terms of Robb and the character because, that was a huge move, and lost kind of half my army when I did that. So I couldn't really mentally prepare for it apart from push it out of my mind. And what I did is, a lot of the time on that show is what Robb did, which is, well, what would my father do in this and that? Mine was, what would Sean Bean do here as an actor? How would he deal with this scene with the performance kind of element, which is what Robb did. So that was my focus for most of the day.
Who's next? Right here. Yeah, right back there, and I'll come right down here. Yes, up there.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi. I was just wondering if Robb had been born the bastard and John the Lord, what kind of black brother would Robb have been, and would John have been a better king in the North?
Of course not. No, of course he wouldn't. And Robb would probably have just been a really cool party boy and hung out with Theon far too much.
Oh, yeah, right down here.
Hi, Rob. Sorry.
Can you please stand?
Do I want, is it
Oh,
okay?
well, or stand, or sit.
Yeah, because I don't want to block anyone's view.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Thoughtful. I appreciate that.
Big fan. So on your last day on the set, did you take any mementos?
I did take a few mementos. I wanted to take my sword, but there was just no way to get it through airport security. So it got left behind, sadly. I didn't want anything to do with my costume because it really stinks. It really stinks. You come back every year, and I mean, it was the same costume for like 5 years, literally. And I came back, and every time you come back on set, and you're like, oh my God, the costume is so great. They break it down and make it look, oh no, that is actually horse shit from last year all over my face. Oh God. What I took was, you know the little pieces I use for the maps? I took a Lannister one and a Stark one of them, which I've got at home because they were easy to get in the case.
Yes, right here.
Hi.
Hey.
So basically, Theon and Robb were like brothers. I mean, Theon grew up with them and everything, and they had that kind of rivalry going on. So when Theon betrayed Robb, like if Robb could see him now being tortured by Ramsay Bolton, do you think he might be able to, I don't know, kind of understand what he's going through, or would he still hate him, or, you know?
I think he would still hate him, but I don't think Robb's someone who would agree with torturing, so I think it would be more a case of Robb would just want to cut his head off and deal with it, put an end to it. Because, yeah, there is that thing. I think there was the hatred didn't come so much from what Theon did, even though that was awful. It was more about the betrayal on him, especially when, Robb's got so many enemies around him. And I remember that scene and saying, no, I want to bring him here and I'll take his head myself. And I think that's exactly how it would happen. He would just put an end to the torturing and just finish the job after he's asked him why and looked him in the eye and found out why he was betrayed so badly. Because he doesn't understand.
Yeah, right up there.
I was just wondering, during the lovemaking scene,
Keeping the boots on?
whose idea was it to keep the boots on?
I literally tweeted after that episode, I hashtagged
responded
keeping the boots on.
I retweeted it.
That was definitely Una's choice.
Wow.
Atta girl.
Are you all right? Who's next? Right here? Right up there.
Hi, my name's Rachel.
Hi, Rachel.
You were great in the show.
Thank you.
I was just wondering, in the book, Robb breaks the pact with the phrase kind of, it seemed like out of noble reasons, like he might have taken a noble lady's honor and kind of wanted to get married for that reason. But in the show, you more seem to get married for love and lust and passion.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if you liked the changes that were made to Robb's character, or whether you would have preferred if they stuck more closely to the book storyline.
It's hard to say in hindsight because I'm so tied into how it played out and how we did it. And I love that relationship that developed there and that it kind of was more of Robb's choice to do this rather than, oh, I've slept with someone and now I need to marry her for her honor. I kind of like that was part of Robb's journey. He started, and there was so many times where people were pushing decisions on him, and he was just reacting. And at that point in the scripts, this is Robb making his own decisions, and that was another one of him saying, "No, I want this," and it came from a place of he's doing everything right, and still he's not winning the war, and he's not progressing, and he's starting to lose faith in himself a little bit, and going, "Well, I'm doing everything right and not winning, so." What does it matter anymore? There's one good thing in my life, and why give that up? Because I've done everything right and I'm losing. So I'm going to have a bit of happiness if I can and make a choice and be his own man. So I really like what David and Dan did with that part of the story.
Who's next? Right down here, yeah.
Hi, Richard.
Hi.
Game of Thrones fans are super obsessed. What are you obsessed with, or what are you a fan of with that much fervor?
Do you know what I've just got into, and I'm like 3 seasons in now? Battlestar Galactica. Isn't it great? I've really got into that. I'm obviously behind, because I remember it being out and being like, I don't even know what that's about. And I'm so geeked out by the sci-fi stuff. I just want to be on a spaceship with a laser gun. That's the part I want. So Battlestar Galactica is what I'm kind of right tuned into at the moment.
It's all right.
I've heard that.
More water?
I heard the lead guy sucks.
It's true. I've been trying to tell you for years. Never listens to me. Yes, right down here.
Hello. So given how Game of Thrones is, a lot of the characters never get to meet each other. So if you as Robb Stark got to meet one of the characters that you didn't actually get to interact with in the show, who would it be and why?
Diana, right? Because she's a legend. She's an amazing actress, I think, and my girlfriend's recently just worked with her, and they had a ball, and I think her work in the show is amazing and funny, and I would love to have been able to spend a little bit of time with her. Hopefully I will, at some point.
Up here, right here. Is that right?
Hi, I had kind of a similar question. Since the cast of Game of Thrones is so huge and filmed so separately, is there any main character that you haven't actually met? Or actor, I guess?
I think there's quite a bunch, yeah. I'm still in bars, and then people will come up to you and be like, "Hey, how you doing? I'm in Game of Thrones with you." And you're like, "All right, cool. I've not even met you yet." So there's a bunch I've not had the chance to meet. So hopefully I'll get a chance to. I mean, there's always kind of lots of cool events and things that happen, and you get to kind of catch up with people you've not seen or actually never met at all. So hopefully I'll get to meet some more.
Who's that right here?
Hello, love the show. My name is John.
Hey.
Great supporting cast, but any great stories about working with the wolves?
I have no great stories about working with wolves. The wolves are a nightmare. One of the worst days on set were the wolves, because the trainers are amazing, but the wolves are a certain look, and those wolves are really hard to train, like really, really hard to train. And the animal trainers were amazing, but these wolves were so difficult to train. And there's the one scene where Grey Wind runs along the table and rips off the Great John's fingers, and we were trying to shoot that scene that day. So it's a long table full of food. The place stinks. There's loads of men there shouting, and Grey Wind's supposed to run along and jump on this actor, and he couldn't even get on the table. He wouldn't, go around the food. It was just a nightmare. So what it ended up, actually, if you watch it, there's a wee bit of CGI, and the main bit of it was we have a huge stand-in called Stuffy. It's just a big fake stuffed dog. And I'm not joking. The first assistant director, they go action. He throws it at the actor. I'm not joking. That's what we shot.
Oh, yeah, right there.
If you could have traded places and acted in any other role in Game of Thrones, what would it have been?
Good question. Maybe Littlefinger. I think he's really interesting character. He's the one character that I always was fascinated with how Robb Stark and him would interact, because he doesn't come up against a lot of people that are like Robb Stark in terms of being really honest and direct. And although Robb Stark can manipulate and play that game, he sees through it a lot of the time. So I think he was the character I'd be most interested in playing, of that kind of really clever, manipulative survivor who constantly in my head flicks between I can trust him, I can't trust him. That's something that fascinates me, so it'd probably be him.
Yes, right here.
Hi, Richard.
Hey.
There are some great illustrations on the internet of Game of Thrones characters dressed in modern-day clothing. If Robb existed in the modern age, what do you think he would do, like as an occupation, or what would he be into? Like, what kind of character would he be in our world?
I think he'd run a multi-billion-dollar company. He'd be taking over the world. I hope.
Oh, yes, in the back, yes.
Hi.
Hey.
Okay, first of all, my friend Alicia from Seattle would probably kill me if I didn't, ask you to please give a shout out to her.
Hello, Alicia from Seattle.
Thank you. My question was, do you think there will be any Starks left by the end? And which one do you think is gonna...
I kind of see it being like season 9 and there's just 3 dragons. That's the whole season.
Yes, right here.
Hey, Richard. What do you have any comments on the current state of Scottish football, or perhaps golf or tennis?
None. Sorry. I grew up there, so I kind of stayed out of the football side of things. It's the same as in Ireland. There's too many other things involved in it, so I just stayed out and did drama instead.
Yeah, right there.
Hey, I'm Sean from San Francisco.
Hey, Sean from
big
San
fans of
Francisco.
both of y'all. Big time.
Thank you.
So George Martin, being the wizard that he is, of painting a description while you're reading, what was your favorite part of the books going through as far as the series has gone? And do you think in the series that it held a candle to what you read and what you pictured in your mind while you were reading it?
It's the obvious answer, sorry, but the Red Wedding. There was something about reading that that just planted so many seeds that until you reread it, you don't realize how many seeds were planted. I think that's what he did so beautifully and amazingly. And what I think David and Dan do with the show, which is planting these seeds and then we get payoffs 6 or 7 or the next season later. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's what George did so well with the Red Wedding, and that it was the most visually, I could smell it and taste it and hear it. And he really painted a picture for me in that, and I enjoyed it. Yeah, it was awesome.
We thought this was Kit Harington's panel. Oh, yeah. We thought we'd sneak on, and we've been watching the whole time.
Oh, no.
Great panel. Great panel.
I'm so glad I didn't say anything nasty about you then.
Yeah, we need to get these people some chairs, people.
There you go. You said the house on the edge.
I don't fit on these chairs. They're too big for me.
We're just here to listen. So
well, this is a nice surprise. Hi, guys.
Yeah, I didn't know this was going to happen, by the way. Oh,
we should order
drinks.
drinks.
Somebody was asking a question. Do we answer the?
Sorry. He's always doing this. He always comes in and upstages me.
Who's got the next question? Right up there.
Okay, I have just a completely personal question for all of you now. What is your favorite part of Comic-Con? Because mine is right now.
Mine is definitely right now. This has made my day. There we go, more cheers.
Stephen Borello, everybody. Let's like Stephen Borello. You know, and really quick, do we need what? What should we? I'm getting what? I don't understand anything you're saying. Oh, pillows. Oh, can somebody get the pillow? I got the pillows right here. We have pillows.
Sorry, Rich.
I literally ran to the Padres store to buy these. They're Padres. Have a seat, darling.
Thank you.
Really quick, just while I was on I'm sorry not to interrupt. Can we really, because I don't know if I'll remember to do this again, can we thank, just a round of applause for all the volunteers and everybody who's doing all the things that they're doing? Oftentimes, we're flying by the seat of our pants, as you can tell. And so sometimes you need to fly chairs on a stage. Yes, who just had a, yes, you, sir, and then I'll come back up there.
Matt and Jenna, I love the Doctor Who. I love you both. You guys are amazing. And Matt, I'm so sorry and sad to see you go. I don't want you to go. And Zach, I love Chuck.
Thank you.
Richard, for you, for Robb Stark, which character would you like to actually have a single combat fight with out of all the cast?
Ooh. It wouldn't last long though if it was Joffrey, would it? I'd like to have a fight with Jon Snow. I don't know who would win it. I mean, I'd like to say it would be me. He'd say it was him, but I think that would be the best fight, and it would be to the death.
Right back over there, yeah.
Hi, I had this question before Jenna and Matt came, but would you want to be on Doctor Who or put your name in for the new Doctor?
It's actually embarrassing. Every time I'm with Stephen Moffat and the other producers, I hassle them to give me a part. Like I said earlier, I want to be on a spaceship with a laser gun, helping the Doctor save the world. I'm constantly asking them to do it. I'm hoping they will, please just give me a part. And I just want to do one episode. And it actually came from, I mean, when I was a kid, Doctor Who was the only thing I literally hid behind the couch when I watched it, and I've loved it since I was really young. And when I was working with Donald Sumter on Game of Thrones, and I remember talking to him about when Jenna got cast, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I love Doctor Who. When I did it, it was still in black and white." And I was like, wow, this show has such a legacy behind it. So I'm constantly asking to be in it, but I couldn't be the Doctor. He's too good.
Not true. Not. He'd be a great Doctor. But also, James Bond, if I've ever seen him right here. James Bond, man.
Yes, right up here.
Hi, Richard. I guess this is for Matt and Jenna. Might be able to answer this as well. Coming from Belfast, obviously, I know at least half a dozen people that have been extras in Game of Thrones, including my dad, who went around for 2 months singing "King of the North," which got a bit annoying after a while. I was just wondering what advice you guys would give to budding actors who want to stop being extras and want to actually get some words to speak on screen.
Handwritten letters. Everyone loves a handwritten letter. Do you know what I mean? If you really want to do it and get involved in it, I think you can and will. You've got to chase it and be passionate about it and get involved as much as you can. I mean, getting on a show like Game of Thrones can be amazing. I know actors on that show who've came on to do scenes and had one line and ended up being in 7 episodes of it. So I think if you just really commit and put your all into it, you can actually you can get there. But it's not easy. It really is not easy, but it can be great fun.
Jenna, Matt, you guys want to speak to that?
I think read as many plays as you can. Read as much sort of, plays and films and get loads of film scripts and just read.
So read then.
Stole my
Read.
answer.
And Jenna?
Stole my answer.
Oh.
I was just going to say exactly the same. Read as much as you can and just keep working.
I disagree because I can't read.
I would say, I wasn't included in the question. I get it. The UK. But I would suggest. What's that? Oh, for people within that. Gotcha. That's sure. But I would add to that, and I would say, a lot of people will ask, how do I get into acting? And because they're trying to jump straight to being on a television screen or being straight on a movie screen. And I go, start with theater. Start with community theater. Start with school theater. Because if you don't love it there, then you're getting into it for the wrong reasons. If you don't love it when you have no money and you're doing it in a little black box theater and you're working with, I do community theater with dudes who were they were a dentist and they like to do My Fair Lady. I mean, that was what it was, But they loved it and you learn and grow so much in that. And you learn about character development and how to be present with another actor in a scene, because once you start adding all those other things like lights and cameras and grips and they're all right behind your other actor as you're doing the scene, that's very distracting. So you need to be right there with them. So theater, I would add that as well. Yes, up at the back.
Hi, my name's Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
This question is for Richard and Jenna. First of all, I think you two are absolutely beautiful. My question is 2 parts. 1, have you two ever wanted to work on a project together? And 2, what's the most challenging part about both being actors and potentially being on the other side of the world from each other?
Well, I think we're both very lucky because we're both fortunate enough to be doing something that we love. So you just make it work if you want to. And what was the first question?
Have you ever wanted to work on a project together?
It would be one way of actually getting to see each other. It's really hard because we're all over the place kind of thing, but a lot of Skype helps kind of making that easy. I would love to work with Jenna, even though she clearly doesn't want to work with me. But it would be really strange. I don't know in what context we'd work together, what our relationship would be. But it'd be interesting to see.
Next question. Right there.
Hi, Richard. I'm Jennifer.
Hey.
Love you. Have you seen any of the YouTube Red Wedding reaction videos at all?
Yes.
I have. They're awesome.
I just love them because the cameras are all shaking because the guys are laughing at the time.
Who's next? Right there.
Hi, my name's Elise. So first off, I wanted to say to Zach, I watched Chuck, and Chuck is such an amazing, good soul character. And
thank you.
Through the past 5 to 6 years that I've been here at Comic-Con, I've seen and heard and had personal interactions with you, and it's amazing and refreshing to see that you're exactly the great, good soul that Chuck is, and to see that you as a person is also like that is amazing.
Thank you very much.
I'm gonna cry. My question is for Richard. I had to say,
Well, it is his fucking panel. I mean,
I felt selfish for actually diverting attention, but I had to say.
I so appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you.
So Richard, there's a lot of really intense scenes and a lot of really great actors that you work with. I imagine that there's a lot of tricks of the trade to prepare for some of those really tough scenes. Is there something that another actor did that you took from and thought that it worked really well for you?
I mean, not directly. We're really collaborative on it, and Michelle Fairley is. I'm really close with her, and we spend so much time talking through the scenes and working at night. And myself and Una Chaplin, we had scenes we'd sit and do lines for hours and talk it through and work out how we were going to play the scene and really have a chance at challenging it and flipping it around. It's something about television acting is you don't have a rehearsal time, and you really have to take it upon yourself to do that, and it changes every time. I've been asked before, do you have a method or how do you prepare and do it? And to be honest, it changes on every job and with every actor you work with. So it's about going in with an open heart and trusting the other person and just engaging with them and finding out how they operate and kind of making a new dialogue together.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Does anybody know what time it is right now? It's 7:50. Don't worry. Don't worry about it.
It's okay. Nathan Fillion was behind you, skipping through the field.
Is anybody coming to the Serenity screening tonight? I love you guys. It's gonna be right there. All right, right over here. Yes.
Hi, my name is Jessica. Hi, Richard.
Hey.
My question is, not considering the novels or the fact that you would want to keep your job on the show, if Robb did not die, would you still be rooting for him to take the throne, or is there another character that you would want to, you know?
If he wasn't dead, I'd still be rooting for him. But it's a funny one because I still think he was the best man for that job, the best man to rule the Seven Kingdoms. But he's been making some really bad choices, and that's why I ended up getting him killed. So I don't know, because he's had to do this all by himself, and he is only young and inexperienced. But I definitely think he's the best man for the job. He should have got there in the end, and sadly he didn't.
Next, right over here. Yep.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
All four of you are just amazing. Thank you all for being here. And Zach, thank you so much for Nerd HQ generally.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure.
It is an amazing.
My pleasure.
Amazing.
Thank you for coming. Thank you all for coming.
We really have to say thank you to Zach for this, because it wouldn't happen, and we're all getting to have such a good time here, and also there's so many people that are benefiting from this panel today and all the other work he does, and it's really outstanding. So thank you very much.
Buddy, my pleasure. Thank you. Thank you. We also throw some pretty bitchin' dance parties.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you guys all dance with us? Come on.
I like how you guys took requests from the Hall H line. That was pretty badass, too. Anyway, my question was originally for Richard, but I'd actually love to hear all of you answer this, because we heard so much about the Stark motto and winter is coming and winter is coming. What would your house motto be?
Who farted? Probably. I'll think about that. I'll come back to that.
I kind of want to steal Maisie Williams, because she had a really good one, and it was just go hard or go home.
Richard is incredibly tidy. Very tidy. And Jenna is also, they're very clever with their storage. He's a great cook, makes a great pizza, makes a great Cosmo. Jenna's Cosmo is like 50-50, but
Doesn't compare.
So that's your house motto? Everything you just said about him? That's long.
Richard makes a great
Informative,
Cosmo.
but long. Yeah. Jenna?
I'm gonna steal this from your wall. Work hard and be kind.
Oh. Oh. I'm sticking with Who Farted. And guys, that's all the time we have. I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
Let's give it up for these guys. Let's all take a picture. Let's take a picture.
Thank you very much, everyone. This has been the most fun. Thank you.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Yes.